Afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting Propagandacast with me, your host Imperial Dane, Master Propaganda Hero Psych, Defender of the Fatherland. We're off here's an exciting 1 versus 1 on Westwall. Between the West here, we got Proxyfox, a rank 63 Wehrmacht, actually with Wehrmacht in top 10, the Wehrmacht in 2 versus 2, 1 versus 1 at 63. And I will just higher ranking player, in particular 1 versus 1, 2 versus 2 here, fighting for America, freedom and democracy, holding the line here with the 1st Infantry Division as the Germans break through here, attempt to break through here, doing Unternehmen Herbstnebel. We got Ostrom Doctrine here for VC as he fights for the Wehrmacht, Germany, Deutschland, taking on the role here of the Kampfgruppe Müller here, composed of elements of a nearby Volkskunde Division combined with elements of a Panzer Division, most likely elements of the 116th Panzer Division of Winhund. We got Ostrom there moving out, spearheading the efforts here to clear out the way there for the Panzer Division to sort of break out through there later on. In the south, we got Liaison securing fuel here rather rapidly. Note they basically sort of zooms forward that way, just grab it right away and then sort of considers securing a path to its second day. Sometimes a bit, you know, sort of here and there, but at other times actually a pretty sharp move. Can a bit depend on the map, but it's generally sort of not a fully bad move as long as you've been quickly follow up to secure it. In the south, we can see that VC is doing the same, so he's also going aggressively. I don't know what his rank is because, well, due to the name there, I can't actually sort of just search him up on leaderboards to sort of figure out where he was. And I forgot to check when I observed the match here afterwards, to sort of quickly check who he was through some other connections. So a bit there. Anyway, securing territory there up north. Very aggressive sort of posturing, as you might know. He's actually not going for the fuel point. He's just trying to secure vital advantageous position. In this case, at Proxyfox, in fact, not rush the fuel point here. VC here could have done a rush for the point and secured it with his Ostrom instead. So we can see in this case, it very much pays off for Proxyfox versus VC. Getting interesting there. We got Canadians then following up. So he's clearly just going for Ostrom Doctrine. And a single Ostrom squad just to be able to rush his opponent's fuel point. I mean, this is some higher level sort of opening tactics there from VC, to be honest. Not the sort of usual Wehrmacht approach you'll see, but definitely not necessarily a bad one, just very unusual. But aggressive, and again, at Proxyfox, not been a few steps ahead of him, it wouldn't have worked out there. On the other hand, he's yet to connect it, so in that regard, Proxyfox opening does have a few flaws there. But there you go, we got the Ostrom attacking, K9T casing out there versus the echelons. Point in the south being secured by Grenadiere. Almost got the northern fuel point there for the fatherland. And we got more Grenadiers out here for VC and the Kampfgruppe Müller. Up here, nothing further going on for Proxyfox, who's got 3 rifle squads out. He's going to push towards here. There's going to be MB42 covering the area around here rather nicely. Interesting move there. Most players will sort of try to focus around the house here on the calf point. But in this case, VC clearly sort of has another approach to the map and sort of rush for the house around the fuel point instead. Canadians are taking losses from the riflemen. They are flanking some up, but they're going to still manage to stick the heads out a bit much there. But now we can see the riflemen slightly falling back. Troops up north being suppressed. He's going to need more support there to really pull through. He's going to push down with the MD42, sort of flank the riflemen properly. In the south, we got Rearson versus Ostrom. That should be over an engagement. The Ostrom should win long term. More going to this rank to the south. So in this regard, VC is actually extending, I think, a bit much. Oh, there he goes, bringing the MD4 troop from north to that way. Catch Proxyfox rifle off guard, though. We might have set it up a bit fast. We'll have to see how it works out, though. Pioneer's being guarded, but still, they do draw away attention from the machine gun, and they're going to use allowing him to suppress 2 rifle squads there quite nicely. Good work there by VC, catching Proxyfox and the 1st Infantry off guard, but at the same time, Proxyfox, of course, sees a weakness, and he strikes it. Ambulance following up there for Proxyfox. I probably also meant there's going to be some tech at the same time. It's going to be Lieutenant, so Proxyfox is going to hit hard with hard. He's going to go for Lieutenant, of course, possibly 50 calibers or AA half tracks to try and punish VC here as well, and also respond a bit more flexibly to it. But he does have the car point hit, and that's also going to help quite a bit there for him, sort of slowing down what Proxyfox or VC can do in the south. Ostrom Grenadiers there could hit the southern fuel point now. Here, bunker going up for VC, no tech up yet. Rifle sort of going back and forth here. Interesting enough, he could just pop out the Ostrom, go for the fuel point right away. By time and sort of just trying his opponent. Another option is actually connecting the victory point. That way he can actually sort of, I guess, probably going to need that point as well, but sort of try to connect around the calf point. Going to do 74 to opening on the rifle inside the house. Medic bunker up. Take up being done there as well by VC and the Kampfgruppe Müller. And there you go, 50 coming away for Proxyfox to try and help contain VC's aggressive infantry tactics, also not he's seemingly enforcing. Lieutenant moving out there, but also like wants to get the other troops out. This could sort of make a more consistent wave there against the VC, and that way catch him better off guard. Almost got the victory point. We'll have to see if it will actually connect the territories there again. He's going to have to grab this one, if that's going to happen there, because he's going to put more effort there. And there we go, it actually succeeds. He does manage to connect the northern fuel point with his home territories through the victory point. Nice work there by VC. At the same time, Grenadiers also from here in the south. Light machine and the Grenadiers would certainly help out a bit, but still he's going to have denied his opponent fuel point as well. Riflemen, they're being slowly bled out. How much longer can they stall VC there? But again, every moment they can do that is great. And there you go, pushing back the Infantry 2 by flanking it, because it's too focused on the rifleman side there. In the south here, we got also being attacked by riflemen re-echelons. Riflemen here could be pretty effective. There you go, got it off. And there you go, forces them out into the open, away from the cover. Also, will need to retreat. But the riflemen are taking rather noticeable casualties. And there you go, he might just be able to get the fuel point on the rear since using suppressing fire, but they're using it on the Osttruppen, who are already low on health. That means there you go, they can be targets for the Grenadiers, who just pop into light cover. Their suppression isn't that good. Again, it's sort of a suppression ability you want to use if there's other units nearby, so you know, they either have to prioritize the units doing damage, or they have to prioritize the units doing suppression fire. Almost got it, we got the 5th Cavalry setting up there to try and flank up here, fighting continuous. Lieutenant out in the house, like to make a nice company up. Flammable FSC could be pretty good, or mortar maybe for VC here. Still, he's doing his best to deny Proxyfox as much fuel as possible. He could also consider an officer to support his troops. That could also provide him a source of smoke and just additional firepower versus Proxyfox. But there you go, Grenadiers being suppressed by the 5th Cavalry again. They're desperately trying to get that fuel point, at least just keep it out of Proxyfox's hand for as long as possible. Can they succeed? Can these stout Grenadiers do so? Watch and find out. Meanwhile, though, Proxyfox is bringing up a second 50 caliber machine gun. He is bringing up as much heavy infantry firepower he can bring to bear those goddamn krauts. Goddamn Carl, I want that 5th cal up in that house now. But that house is like 100 meters away. Shut up, Carl. Just get it there. I don't care if you have to teleport. Tele what? Teleport. They're standing about, nothing out. They like to make a nice company yet. MD42 was the lieutenant. Incendiary ammo piercing rounds will be quite good in digging him out of the house, by the way. But he did actually get the fuel point before he has to retreat. That's actually kind of worked out for VC. Grenadiers setting up the light machine guns. Pioneers and support as he moves towards the fuel point again. There's sort of consistent movements there from both players. They're both very focused on trying to get the fuel point back while denying the other bastard fuel. In this regard, though, it's slightly working out for Proxyfox, and it still controls a sizable chunk of the map, whereas for VC, it's not quite the same. So Proxyfox, despite all this, does have a slight advantage. VC, though, really should pop the incendiary armor piercing rounds here for increased damage. And there you go, 50 caliber fire, suppressing the troops. Mortar could also be an idea. And the south here, pushing up towards the fuel point there. Troops being absolutely pinned and murdered. Still no incendiary armor piercing rounds here from BC. Officer with something else, and there we go. Do have a mortar there for VC. A Granatenwerfer. Getting about here, it's going to try and flank behind Proxyfox now. Got an ambulance moving up, so you can see that Proxyfox sitting up aggressively here versus VC and the German army. It actually looks like he decides against it. Not necessarily a bad idea, since it's going to need some more firepower here to break through, because we can see here that Proxyfox is heavily reinforced in the area with 50 caliber machine guns and the ambulance, allowing him to reinforce at the point he doesn't have to retreat. Very nice move. Oh no, he got caught off guard here. BC managed to creep up and catch him there. But can he reinforce success here? Can he get through? We got the mortar moving up there. MG42 should perhaps try and move in. A lot of attack here towards the Grenadiers. Can they pull off anything? In the south, Pioneers doing what they can. The Grenadiers moving to flank them from the west here. Grenadiers are taking heavy fire. We got the mortar there raining down. Oh! Straight on the mortar. If they could have caught the troops, that would have been amazing, because that could have been a huge loss there. Grenadiers are caught out negative. They're going to get wiped. They're going to get wiped. No. Pull away. Grenadiers flanking the ambulance. Almost taking out the light machine gun fire. And they do get Proxyfox's ambulance. Very nice work. Then that forces the 50 caliber to retreat here. Almost got as well. Grenadiers are forced away as well up here. Grenadiers pushing back the rear, since almost wiping the defending the fuel point here. Here, Grenadiers healing going on. And in the south, the Pioneers succeed against the echelons. So a lot of action going on. It was actually Riflemen that were retreating there. Yeah, it was actually Riflemen the Pioneers managed to beat with MP40s from inside a house. Not bad. Got the Osttruppen advancing for Germany. Back here, healing enforcement going on. Proxyfox going to need something a bit more substantial, I think, to push through here against Proxyfox the long term. Up north, Grenadiers are being overwhelmed with it. So about that. water didn't quite go the way down it was supposed to. Bit of luck there you get. Oh, this time though luck did not favour him. Gun just got wiped and the light machine gun got dropped. The question is, does Proxyfox see this and actually try to grab it or not? So that's a bit unfortunate there for VC and the German army. As the Kampfgruppe Müller tries to break through once more. Rather than getting pelted there, taking losses, but they stick to their job. I mean, it's able to just hold a pretty successful pin there against VC. And the interesting thing is, I mean, VC could have just tried to ignore it. He could have just, gone through here, attacked up here, and that way should have gone way around. Instead, he actually poured in a lot of resources into this. So this has been very successful for Proxyfox because it has allowed him to hold a large chunk of the map, despite everything. So I do think there's VC could have gone for some other tactics. But now he's pushing forward. He's finally broken the pin there. He's going straight for Proxyfox here. He's going to try and beat him down as brutally as possible. Those troops are beginning to get pinned down, suppressed. He's going to need mortar there and other bits of support. Draft grenade off, and on the 50 caliber, wiping it. Lieutenant William Rufort got Ostrom Grenadiers as well here. Successfully secures it. But the 50 caliber, they're still taking heavy fire, and he's slightly going to get away with it though. Unless, oh, he gets it. There's another 50 caliber on the way though, but he gets the 50 caliber wiped here. Pioneers making their way back. Needs to get the fuel point back because right now Proxyfox is getting a fat fuel advantage over VC. Calling in more Ostrom, more cheap infantry to fill the ranks and allow him to push the territory harder. He's going to need to smoke that more machine gun there or something. Oh, it's moving forward into the Grenadiers with double light machine guns. Tactical mistake there by Proxyfox. My God, Jürgen, it's like they want to be shot. Yeah, but let's not disappoint them. You know what say about Germans? If you ask them for bullets, they'll happily fire them at you. They say that about us? I don't know. I just want an excuse to shoot the Americans. Do we need an excuse? Well, not really, but we're Germans. We like to have fun. Just not the usual fun most other people sing about when we talk about fun. Still, VC they're pushing ahead. Rather than straight for the 50 caliber again, suppressor 5 this time. Oh, wiped. Might be able to get it there. Back here, reinforcement going on. No take up yet there. No real serious stuff there. We got Panther going to do that here for VC. And the Kampfgruppe Müller, hardened Panzergrenadiere, ready to support here the effort for the war. Still, there is 2 machine guns now here for VC versus Proxyfox. Able to deliver some more serious hits against the Yankees. But we do have a major out here, and again, he does have such a fuel hump there. He can actually push out for Sherman pretty soon. That's going to be a challenge there for VC to deal with. Trenches being dug. Holy moly. Someone's actually digging trenches as the Wehrmacht. Gott im Himmel. Not a bad position to do so. Using the 50 caliber forward is not a bad idea either, I suppose. But certainly reinforce it, make it a bit harder to take there. He just needs to pop someone into it. Mortar down to fire. MG4 needs to be a bit better able to support it, I think. Ostrom popping into the trench, interestingly enough. North Punt's going to hear this. The Major there getting himself a major surprise. And the South Lieutenant being suppressed by the MD-42 and other elements. 50 cover that could also turn about. Mortar retreating. Going to do there with the light to Maschinengewehr and firing away there. Indiscriminate justice at the Americans. And machine guns are turning back to deal with the Lieutenant. Cutting him down there in a serious machine gun fire. So there you go. 50 cover into 50 cover. At the 50 cover in the trench, it probably could have more easily dealt with that one, but it's actually slightly exposed there. In the south there, pushing forward here to grab territory. Good work there by VC. Well, he did have a bit of an own tendency to overfocus on this point. He's actually keeping a good mind of the rest of the map there. Pushes back right from there with the Panzergrenadiere. But the 50 cover there needs to either retreat or get into the trench. And there you go. Actually, even the trench might not work out there long term. Grenadier needs to get back into action. Panther up there can only 46 since he's properly aware that his opponent's going to go for armor. In the south, Ostrom are still not moving. Looks like he's forgotten about them. But there you go. No more respite for those chaps. No rest for the Wicked. There you go. Panther up. They can only 46 out here for VC. And the Kampfgruppe Müller. There you go. Panther going to either catching the 50 caliber and the open. Firing there from inside that pre-prepared trench. And quite a bit of nasty damage there. Those Panther Grenadiers are quickly paying themselves off. They always sent 2 units, well, 3 units running there without really being forced to retreat themselves. And there you go, the Major's going to have to retreat again. My God, they keep sending Majors at us. Yeah, I don't think they know how warfare works. Rank doesn't trump enemy rank, you know. They need to retreat those Panther Grenadiers. They're going to get wiped, I think. Ah, scheiße. BC, Rückzug. Don't waste the Panzer Grenadier. Don't waste them. Also, mines, actually. That's one thing he actually hasn't been able to do, though. That's also due to all the pressure, but mines there could, in certain places, do a lot of good. But he's actually gaining most of the map now. Ooh. So far, he's been able to survive quite a lot there, but yeah, his luck ultimately ran out. This unit, for example, have some mines there, for example, done a lot of good there. Versus Proxyfox. Awesome, trying to rush out with the Panther fast. There's going to be another wipe there. Yup. That was definitely a tactically poor decision. I can understand why I tried to do it in the heat of the moment, but overall not the best one. But there you go. Now we can see that Proxyfox made a mistake. They were in front of the Pack 40. Closer on this with the Panther fast. The question is, can VC though hunt it down and destroyed? And he's going for tier 4 in the meanwhile. VC is actually planning tier 4 versus Proxyfox. What the proxy is going on there? That certainly stands out a bit. Particularly considering the overall situation, though, it really should keep better track of the Ostrom in the south. Also could push up for the car frontier with the Grenadiers. You could actually overall be a bit more aggressive versus Proxyfox, I feel. You could also maybe just drop in some fuel, but either way, we'll have to see what happens further on. But he's really going for that Sherman, and he gets it, but he's going to lose at least either the Grenadiers or the Pack 40, I think. Needs to get the 50 cover up there to cover. There you go. Machine gun also needs to turn about there. And now getting flanked by another force here. Bit unfortunate there for Proxyfox, no infantry support nearby. Lost the Panther, they're certainly hurt. 40 watt, and there we got a full retreat here now. So nice attack there with Proxyfox, catching VC's positions off guard. Probably should have turned both machine guns to deal with that, to be honest. Had he kept the 50 cover on the trench, then you could actually dealt with a flanking assault going in there. So that was a bit much there. More Panther going to deal over here there for VC. Troops seemingly reinforcing. Lone gunners are doing nothing, and the Ostrom aren't pushing for the fuel point either. I really think you should, be more active with them. Again, pressure Proxyfox and just constantly, work to deny him fuel. That's generally what you want. And overall, you can see that Proxyfox got a better idea of that compared to Proxyfox at the moment. It seems like. Healing going on there. He's some time off from any armor. Got a 50 caliber setting up there. Panzer Grenadier almost down there for the Kampfgruppe Müller. A second squad of hardened German infantry. Men who have seen much action compared to these chaps who are seeing much inaction. I'm surprised moving for that fuel point though. That's really weird. I'd figure, an active push for it. I mean, again, it denies opponent fuel and just force them to detach force away from there, thusly making this a bit more safer because, again, he'd have to move troops over there. So it seems a bit weird. He's just doing nothing with these two infantry squads, but again, it could be pressuring more around there, at least in my opinion. It feels rather weird. Again, it could be he's forgotten about them. Pioneers advancing under cover of mortar fire. Panzer Grenadier machine gun there moving up. It's going to need more mortar fire there. It's going to need to smoke it. Smoking it wouldn't be a bad idea. We got the Panzer Grenadier retreating as well. And up here we got Major charging into the Grenadiers. Major's not having an easy time. He's running into major resistance at every point and corner. Big push into the Grenadier. Lieutenant Rifleman charging forwards. Yeah, he's going to rough grenade here. He does dodge it. Nicely going to see to retreat. Again, just feels to inaction. Finally moves up there. So it looks like to an extent he forgot about it, but still not really good to forget about that much. And again, neglecting the ability to also hit your opponent's fuel very hard. And we can see now Proxyfox setting up for heavy cavalry. Pershings possibly in ranges. More Grenadiers here for VC. Those getting closer to the armor, but it has been slowed down again due to the very good attack there by Proxyfox. And all just again inactivity by VC overall. and then not securing other points elsewhere. Definitely feels like a overall strategic mistake, though more tactical mistake there by VC, which could prove costly. Also, no one's picking up that light machine gun. Apparently, no one's seeing it. Hey, Fritz, isn't that a machine gun gewehr? 9 sets a very curiously shaped rock. Are you sure? I'm pretty sure it's even got the right stamps. Well, you know how Mother Nature works. 9, I'm pretty sure Mother Nature doesn't stamp made in Germany on these things. 1943. Nature, what can I say? Shut up, Ludwig. Gonna setting out there. Healing for enforcement going on. He's soon able to get out of Panther, but again, even that soon is rather delayed there, thanks to the constant harassment by Proxyfox and just the constant aggressive attacks on the carve point, and VC's failed to hit his opponent's fuel harder as well. I mean, had he for some been able to cross fuel point as well, opponent's fuel point, he probably could have been out by now getting a Panther. So definitely feels like again Proxyfox, or VC I mean, screwed up. Proxyfox did not. Proxyfox did not. Major once more encountering German adversaries. But there you go, he can now push towards the Panther reasonably fast, and that way go ahead against the opponent. Of course, there's all the argument, if he'd just gone for a Panther 4, he wouldn't be in this situation. I think that would also be a correct assessment. I mean, nothing wrong in trying to push for a Panther, but if you are, you kind of want to either get fuel cash or hit your opponent's fuel harder, and certainly, do a better job of defending your own carve point. In that regard, it did feel like a bit weird to hit both machine guns in such a short area, at least at one in the house, or maybe machine gun bunker down. But there you go. Laying down the smoke screen as attacks the central victory point is a good tactical move there by VC. Good tactical move. Proxyfox on the hand does not have any mortars that way, so he can't like smoke down. He does have access to, in theory, grenades and rifle grenades with smoke, or smoke barrage. We'll have to see though, it ends up there. There we go. He does call it in. Interesting off on the center of the map. Screen of the echelons. Interesting choice to particularly smoke there. Feels a bit weird, to be honest. In the south, the MG4 to come against the rifle, and they're catching them out in the open, suppressing them rapidly with Vetri 2. And there you go, the echelons wipe. Small loss there for Proxyfox in the 1st Infantry Division. And far up north, he got the push there. He could call in the Panther now, but I should have done it moments ago. In fact, now Proxyfox going to have a Pershing faster than him. 50 cover holding up the rifle there, or he should be soon enough. Still no Panther for VC. Mach schnell. Deutschland needs Panthers. There's the Panther. I mean, particularly considering he's got no anti-tank weapons, no anti-tank mines. I mean, him not rushing out Panther as soon as possible is a definite tactical error there. I should call it first operational error, which is sort of the level between tactical and strategic. That's sort of the operative level, which was something the Germans and Surge primarily worked with during World War II. It was something I think the Western Allies worked with a lot. Sort of more, well, German and Soviet element there. But there you go, Panther on the way there for VC. Panzer Kampfgruppe 5. Overall, again, he sort of made the other part mistake there, besides, not securing and just supplying the fuel hardcore and just, keeping it there. There's also just the thing of, not getting the Panther as soon as he could have. He could have that Panther out ages ago, in which case they've been able to challenge the Pershing and push it back, maybe even better the proper support by infantry. So that feels like another mistake there. That and also just a lack of mines. And we can see, in fact, comparatively Proxyfox now with heavy cavalry is quick to lay down mines across the map where we can, at least some points there. So good work there by Proxyfox. Gute Arbeit, as the Germans would say. Granted, they'd also say Arbeit nach frei, so maybe you don't want to listen to them too much when it comes to work. Got a pinned one machine down the way though for the Panther. Panzer Kampfgruppe 5. Model D, which, the Model A actually, the Model D was actually the first model of Panther, then they moved on to the Model A. But to be honest, by late 1944 and the 55, most Panthers would have been the Model G, which was sort of the real last model of Panther, which had this improved turret with a slightly different mantle, basically sort of had a bit more straight down there, sort of a chin, so that when short shots didn't get bounced into the top of the tank, amongst other things. And they were all just more mechanically reliable. Even with the Model G, they were still notoriously unreliable. I kind of wish they'd added in a Model G Panther, to be honest. Gone for a better model, a bit like they did with the Panzer IV. Kind of wish they'd gone for a better model Panther as well, so a more detailed one. Mortar raining down here. VC back on the defensive once more versus Proxyfox. Grenadiers on the way here for VC and the German mortar fire there, landing, but not quite doing enough damage. So there's rifling up north, fuel pump getting claimed here by the German army. Rifling it going off. 5th over there, being pushed away. And anti-tanker there, pilfered from VC, being pulled up. Munitions being floated. Mine being set off. Actually not. You could still consider mines, and that would really be a good idea there by VC. His Panther handling seems a bit awkward though. Like he's not entirely sure how he wants to move the Panther actually. But there you go, Panther on the move there. There's they're getting blasted by the Pershing. Also, fun fact, but by the late stage of the war, the German army actually had more Panthers than that Panzer Force. As a very interesting little note to keep in mind there as well, which I sort of find funny. Pershing moving about here, going for the Panther. I mean, if you can keep it at range, the Panther should have the advantage over the Pershing due to having more effective range, better penetration, and well, better armor. I'm not entirely sure what's in the actual war. I think there was sort of, some would say, roughly comparable. At least I've seen claims made to it, though I've never seen any evidence supporting it. There you go, Pershing heading straight for the Panther. Shoots, penetrates the armor of the Panther. Panther not trying to deal with the Pershing there. Anti-tank gun penetrating. Need to get that Panther fixed up. Also need to clear up the south here where American troops are flanking. We've got Grenadiers flanking up from the south though. Could maybe try and steal that pack falling, turning against Proxyfox again. There you go, penetrating hit from the Panther through the frontal armor of the Pershing. Oberleutnant Gerhardt refuses to give up against the Yankees. And there you go, Panther fast off. Damaging the engine. There we go, moving at the Panther. Keep it at range, keep it at range. Remember, Panther has more range. Ah, he's going to charge in. He's going to charge in. He doesn't give a damn. Just needs support properly. He's going straight past the pack. 40. Getting stuck there. Panther fast off. Failed to penetrate. And they both take each out at the same time. That's actually pretty rare. I think he could actually, not lost that Panther, but that would also give me a little push. But, thing is, as the game gets longer on, the game lasts on, the Panther gets more veteran, just becomes all naturally better. So there's no real shame in that because, once the Panther is veteran 2, it's going to have a much more natural advantage versus the Pershing, which is just going to be, slightly flying faster, but, it's going to have its shots more bouncing often. So, I'm not entirely sure that's a good trait there, but he's going to need to go for a replacement Panther because he's still otherwise incredibly short on anti-tank. I mean, that's sort of one of the things, again, when you're rushing for armor and you don't get pack forges and you support that rush, you definitely want, to get out the first thing that can shoot tanks to bits. And, if you're rushing for 2-3, get out a Stug first, or Panzer 4. If you're rushing for 2-4, you damn well get out Panther as fast as possible. And if you lose it, you replace that Panther. So we'll have to hopefully do that. We've got a sniper and more pioneers. In fact, he's lost his pioneers. We can see that VC is trying to get back, but Proxyfox is all sort of handling VC, I think, here nicely. Moving about, ignoring some of his elements, trying to constantly, outflank him, which makes it more awkward here for VC to set up a defense. So overall, Proxyfox is playing his infantry quite intelligently. There you go, grenade off. Forced to retreat, Grenadiers wiped. Another light machine gun dropped here, not looking good for VC. More Panther Grenadiers are doing well, and a machine gun lost. Starting to look a bit harsh there for VC. So Ostrom back here harassing in the south, pushing for the victory punch, which actually is surprisingly close between the two. Certainly been quite a vicious fight here between here, but Proxyfox is certainly showing off for some of all of his skill there and why he's now in the top 10, at least in 2 versus 2s. Camping out in the open, sniper fire, light machine gun fire, mortar fire, all sorts of mixed forms of fire. Machine gun there crapped here by Proxyfox's rifleman, his GIs. Got a lieutenant charging in the also need to pop into the house there without. Oh, we do have grenades now, so Proxyfox has up more smoke, but also just ways of clearing out houses. And he's not paying attention to the Ostrom in time, anyways. Pressure up here, light machine gun drop. He's going to make the Rearstons run for it. Oh, snipe, maybe. Oh, he got him. The light machine gun, though, got dropped again. He should smoke the area around here, I think. He could also mortar. In fact, looks like he's just going to wipe it then. Which also works out. Oh, he gets away. Gets away. Smoke screen down on the 50 cal machine gun. VC soon close to another Panther. Got Panther moving through the smoke. Machine gun sniper as well. A sharpshooter here to support the Kampfgruppe Müller. Gonna kill then the 50 cal machine gun crew of Proxyfox, which responds in very harsh kind. Reasons for Proxyfox. Might be planning for another Pershing. He's actually slightly behind fuel now compared to VC. Then again, he went for the captain, so that might also explain their grenade from the Panther because they quickly get past it. And now they're in a good effective range, also at Veteran 2. And lastly, overwhelm the Americans with sheer stubbornness and, of course, lots of metal to soak up the bullets. Fifth cover, they're stopping up the lieutenant. Very close now to the Veteran 3 mortar, which means the Veteran 3 mortar going to have a very good chance. There you go, Pioneers closing in as well. And a grenade off in the house. That was definitely a bit of waste there. Don't think we get the wipe. Big rifleman pushing to the north. More Panther going to be here for VC. Good, though I would suggest a Panther first. Another Panther Kampfwagen. Panther's there executing the lieutenant's comrades. In fact, the lieutenant himself got cut down there. Don't leave me behind. The lieutenant said to leave him behind. He's a hero. No, you assholes. 50 cal turning back to deal with the northern troops at the center. Got a flank for the south. They're going to do this rifle covering up. Smoke screen on the sniper rifle to prevent the sniper from firing, but in this case, also coming the treat of the Panther Grenadier. Need to get close up to support the rifleman. Not fast enough here. This troop support the machine gun there. Some aggressive tactics again. Nope, by Proxyfox again. He never just, charges in all in one spot there. He always, attacks from several angles that way, making it easy to catch off VC's machine guns, from a wrong angle. So that's actually some pretty good stuff there by Proxyfox. Overall, very solid infantry tactics on display, and I think certainly something a lot of players could learn from. But certainly, I think also VC's got some elements to learn from. It's just VC seems to struggle as the game goes on. They're sort of maintaining everything so at the right same pace. And he's going for a Storm Panther. Now, that definitely feels like a mistake. He knows he's up against heavy cavalry. He knows there's potential another Pershing soon enough. Yeah, he's going for a Storm Panther and he has no other anti-tank weapons. That is a definite strategic blunder here by VC. I think he's over-focusing on Proxyfox's infantry, which is causing him to lose sight of, Proxyfox's other elements. So this could very well be, a defining mistake here for VC. A very defining mistake. Panther's gonna do this. He gets away. North Grenadiers are fighting against the lieutenant. A few of the gunners that have to retreat as well. He's almost got the Sturm Panzer, but he's gonna be in for a very rude awakening once the Pershing hits, and VC then has absolutely no anti-tank. Sniper fire then, the veteran 350 cal machine gun. Sturm Panzer arrives here to support the Kampfgruppe Müller, adding a Pindelmark machine gun there for a bit of extra added anti-infantry. Quick charge across the ridge here. 50 cal support as well. Panzer's being suppressed, rifle being suppressed. Need to cut that machine gun in the north, I think, prioritizing that over the rifle in there. Got the Storm Panzer, we got a smoke screen down here on the machine gun. Very good prioritization there by Proxyfox, of course, rather neglects there's the Storm Panzer moving in. Because he does not, there you go, get it, but we got that Pack 40 he stole from VC. Opening up the Storm Panzer, forcing that back. And he's very close now to the Pershing. He just needs a bit of manpower, he's good to go. Big flank for the south, you're getting behind the machine gun there. Very good, very good. Lacking an additional machine gun. There you go, focuses down the sniper. Overall, again, good infantry maneuvers there by Proxyfox. Very good. Wipes machine gun as well. Moving in the Storm Panther to deal with all this. And lands a decent hit there, killing two of the captain's men. But the captain himself survives, though he might be a bit of hearing impaired after that. And now he's got all three machine guns made this match. And VC's got zip. He's also barely got any in the map left, despite at one point having really good map control. Got the Storm Panther moving ahead. Attacking straight forwards into it. Bold. But now we got the Pershing out, so that doesn't really help him. We got the Pack 40, but can he steal it in time and turn it against, Proxyfox Pershing and turn the tide? Can he do that? Well, we'll find out in a few moments. But overall, Proxyfox is maintaining a very steely grip across the map. For now. Almost got the Major there. Pack 40 not being secured, so again he's not prioritising it. He's apparently again not considering Proxyfox. They're going for a Pershing, and any anti-tank asset so far in his reach there is going to be limited. Moving in the Panther to secure the Pack 40. Mine goes off there. Good mining by Proxyfox again. There you go. One shot maybe from the Pack 40, but even that's going to be too late. So for this, I think it's GG here for VC. Game over. There you go, VC's renders. Oh, I mean, VC played well, but Proxyfox just played better. Overall, some of VC's issue was again sticking his machine guns too close, so they couldn't, secure a larger area. Could have done more to defend his compound, considering how often Proxyfox kept hitting in S-mines, machine gun air, or machine gun bunker. Would all have done a great deal of work there for VC to securing it, but also just those moments there again, there's a lot of forces doing around here, doing nothing, not hitting his opponent's fuel point. They just been able to hit them more consistently again. Proxyfox, wouldn't be able to get a Pershing by the time VC had a Panther, in fact, before it happened. Also, we've gone for it fast. I mean, in that regard, VC would then have Panther out before the Pershing and then be able to control the whole and hold the field better than Proxyfox. That was also definitely one of the bigger mistakes there by VC. There was some, again, small level mistakes, but he just kept making them, so they just kept piling up there until Proxyfox had the advantage, because Proxyfox, again, while in some ways, not quite pulling off some of the same cool moves that VC did, was just a lot more consistent, though, in what he could do. He's also a good infantry player, good flanker with infantry, also make use of mines, which is also something VC lacks. So there are definite mistakes to the VC, as that really just, I think, sort of undercut him. Proxyfox, though, could have mined up as well, then set up fighting position to cover his fuel point for some, considering how much VC kept hitting that. So some improvement there as well for Proxyfox. But overall, I think a pretty interesting match with Panther and whatnot. Aggressive infantry play, smoke screens, and whatnot. So I hope you enjoyed this match. I hope you learned something from it. If you did, one, subscribe to the friends, share it with everyone. If you like what I do consider donating or pledging on Patreon. Either of those two do help me out a ton, so do please consider. And of course, a big thanks to all of those who already pledge on Patreon. Most appreciated. You, of course, allow me to keep doing this on a daily basis. So thank you all, and see you all tomorrow for another Sunday episode. Bye.